I went and got me some cookies, so I'd be hungry.
I'd be hungry too. I've been
What's going
snacking
on,
all
y'all?
day. I'm trying to get to dinner.
I already
So
cooked my dinner.
what you done made?
I mean, lemon pepper, pork
Ooh,
tenderloin in the oven
ooh.
with some boiled potatoes cut up with some parsley, because parsley make everything look bougie. With some parsley, some butter, some Himalayan salt, and some pepper. And then I made some green beans, some fresh green beans, and some
Wow.
biscuits.
Oh, you went all out.
Yeah.
You eating good.
Because I'm not just cooking for me, I'm cooking for Moses, so I gotta make
Mm.
sure he good too. Yeah, what did you cook,
I'm I'm going to Domino's,
Ain't
right?
nothing wrong with Domino's. What you getting from
I'm
Domino's?
I'm going from Domino's. I'm probably gonna go with pizza tonight.
Okay.
I've
Because
been thinking it's
Domino's
been a
has
little
pasta
while.
choices now, don't they?
They do. They do.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
I
What
love
pizza
their
you get?
cheese bread.
What pizza you get?
Pepperoni. I
Pepperoni.
might extra cheese.
What? He feeling
Live a
risky.
little. You gotta treat yourself, yo.
Mm, okay. What we having tonight, James?
I don't even know. I'm still full from yesterday, man.
What did you eat yesterday?
And me and my fiance went out. We had pizza and wings.
Okay.
Then we went to the Funny Bone, Hartford
Oh, I
Funny
love the
Bone.
funny bone.
We saw Maddie from Wildin' Out,
Uh-huh.
and then we had wings and fries there. And then we went to BJ's out in Manchester after, had more wings. I had three different sets of wings, and then had a burger, fries, and we got something else, but I can't remember what. And then after the next day, which is today, we ended up going to a spot called 110 Grill, I think, something like that, out in Manchester. Fire.
Mm.
Was it? Was good, yeah.
I am full.
Hell, I'm full just listening. Question though.
Yeah.
What kind of wings did y'all get? What kind of seasoning did your wings have?
No, I'm a mild guy with the
Okay.
ranch. My,
That's it.
now they didn't have the dry rub. They had I had the mild. I had barbecue pepper, and I think it was hot, but always with the ranch.
Okay. Okay.
But if I'm
Dane, how do
getting
you
my go-to these wings, you can
no
hear
go
me.
ahead. I think it's a delay. What do you say?
I said shout out to Woody's Wings. My go-to wings, spicy teriyaki, fire.
Let's see teriyaki. Dane, what kind of wings do you like?
Dry rub. And you know
Always.
what? Give me my. You can even put my dry. Give me 3 dry rubs on the side in little cups, so I can have a nice little assortment. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that's a cup of salt, my brother. Blood pressure gonna be
It's
through the roof.
delicious. It's
Be
just
through the
make sure you
roof.
get a beverage with it. I'm going
Right.
in.
Look, it's better than licking your fingers every 3 seconds. Like,
If you
and
still
then if
gonna have
it's
seasoning,
fall,
you still gonna have seasoning on your fingers from all the
mm-mm,
seasoning,
Mm.
all the
mm-mm.
salt. Listen, man, you gonna have a booming ass headache.
You gotta stay hydrated, man. You got.
That's it.
Where
That's
you going
okay.
with Bree?
I love lemon pepper dry rub.
Mm.
Now if I do get wet wings, then it's gonna be I had them recently too, honey hot lemon pepper. So really, really, really good wings down here in the ATL. I love them.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay,
So all right. So what's our hot topic for today?
I got the hot topic. I want
Go
to know
ahead.
what y'all think on this.
Okay.
How do y'all feel about AI, man? Do you think it's good? Is it a useful tool, or do you think that it's really not, and it's just making people lazy?
Okay. So the interesting thing about AI is the fact that we have to teach AI how to be humans, right? We got to basically program it. So we're doing twice, in a sense, twice the amount of work. You're being a human twice. But I do enjoy it. I don't think that it makes us lazy unless that's your go-to for everything. Um, I just don't want it to get to the point where it's replacing humans when we talk about relationships.
Mm.
Because you know how they say, "Oh, this ain't build a man like you build a bed." Well, we about to be there. We almost there. So I don't have a problem with AI.
All right,
What do
what you
you
say,
think,
Jay?
Dan?
Um, I think AI is going to produce the next crop of millionaires. I think the power is going to go to the people that know how to use AI, that embrace AI, and that uses AI as a tool.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that's what I think about AI. I think if you don't embrace it, you're probably going to end up being manipulated or replaced by it.
Mm.
Also, just real quick sidebar: if you have a job where it's hands on, blue collar, I think I get the sense that you're protected from AI. What do you guys think?
Why you say that?
Just because you have to be there to build a house. Only a plumber could fix a pipe. If you need a haircut, I mean, I would rather a person do it.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
They got 3D printers, sir. They are 3D printing houses.
I know.
So I honestly don't think anybody's job is safe because all it takes is a level of comfort. Once
Mm.
one person tries and goes to stick their head inside a hole and come out with a fade, and they see how quick and probably how cheaper and the less amount of time spent it took for all of that, everybody gonna be like this. I'm just saying. What do you think, James, as far as AI goes?
As far as AI, I think it's a great tool, man. You just send some emails. You trying to draft a paper, man. Everyone's using it for their resumes now.
Mm-hmm.
My only concern is, AI gets some sense and it turns into Terminator.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's my
Mm-hmm.
concern. You get too smart, want to take over the world.
Hey man, at that point, I'm just gonna unplug because that's all I gotta do is turn it off. I'm turning it off.
It'd be too smart for you to turn off.
You're talking about Control Alt Delete twice.
Control Alt Delete. Trying to tell you.
Um, what about robot? Women's definitely will ruin relationships. What do you mean by that? Elaborate on that one, special. Because you sometimes make me feel like you don't like women. So elaborate on that, so I'm not misunderstanding. DJ says my coworker put me onto a form of it for my writings. Yeah, but this is a tricky thing, right? Because with AI, whenever you use AI, you're supposed to give credit back to AI or back to wherever you got your useful source from.
Hmm.
Because I'm wondering if it's plagiarism at this point. If it's not yours, is it plagiarism if you're taking the work of someone else? And if it is, how do you prove it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
The interesting thing about asking AI to assist with writing and plagiarism is it's hard for me to make the connection there because if I want to write an essay about a rainbow and it's all three of our jobs to write an essay about a rainbow, what I give Chat GPT or any AI form to give me, I might say, give me an essay about a rainbow, but make it informative. You might say, give me a lighthearted essay that's full of humor about rainbows. James might say, I want people to like rainbows more as a result of reading this essay. We all might enter the prompt differently. So it's going to give
Mm-hmm.
us a different outcome, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Side note, I'm trying to get AI to give me the winning lottery numbers, but it won't do it.
Keep trying.
It's like, yeah, no, bro, I can't help you there. Okay, so now I get it. So Special 77 is basically stating that China is using robots. They're making female robots, and the U.S. is on board with that type of technology, and that by creating these female robots, it could possibly ruin relationships because it's supposed to be the replacement of natural women. Do you guys think that that can actually happen? Like, can a robot take the place of a woman or a man when it comes to relationships? Seeing how we need emotional connections and things?
I think it all depends on what that person is looking for. If you want someone that's just gonna listen to everything you say and do everything you say, you get a robot. But if you want someone who's gonna have some emotion and some their own thought process, you need someone who's human.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, you guys, that was your hot topic for today. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and actually get this show started. So hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to the Don't Judge Me But podcast. Stay tuned.
From the Don't Judge Me But podcast are the personal opinions of the host and do not reflect the opinions of its employers, sponsors, advertisers, endorsers, or any third party. The information provided on the podcast is for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered as professional medical or legal advice. It is advisable to consult with a qualified professional for any medical or legal concerns. In other words, have fun, people.
If you want to be solo, just y'all two, like most of us want, you kick it that way.
You may not be worth me spending that much money. So I want to get to know you, but I'm not going to go out there and break my bread for something that ain't going to go nowhere. That's a waste of my money. That's a waste of my time.
It's very important to make sure that the person you're with knows what you need, because if you're not getting your needs met, what are we really holding on to with this leak?
What's going on?
What up, though?
Whew, we are back. And that was a really interesting hot topic. I enjoyed that. AIs. I'm going to look at robots a little different now. All right. So tonight's topic, you guys, is all about self-love and embracing your growth. What does growth look like to you guys? Like, what does it mean to you, growth?
For me, growth is gaining new information that I can apply to my life that makes me a better person. And understanding that I'm not always right, finding new ways to generate income, whether that's learning to read more or wanting to read more so I can gain more information or watching informational videos as opposed to just entertainment on the internet. Growth is just understanding who I am and what I need to do to get to the next level.
Okay.
I like it. I think for me, growth is leaving things behind. I think it's looking at something in your current state and seeing it differently than you would have years ago. Yeah, I think that growth is just about becoming more of who you are, finding your way and accepting, whatever that means, What do you think, Bree?
I think just like the both of you hit on, it's about accepting change and maybe appreciating said change to the extent where you don't want to go backwards, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in addictions. It could be within not just wanting to go back and repeat childhood trauma that you experienced. And then now with you being a parent, you want better for your child. So I definitely feel like growth is just an expression of trying something different in a different way and hoping for a better outcome. That's what I think it is. It is definitely hard, right?
Yeah.
especially when people hold you accountable for the old you, right? Oh, you're not the same Dame. You different. You brand new, right? You're not the same person. Sometimes people use your growth as a weapon towards you, to call out or to try to validate who you truly are. How do you guys handle those type of situations when they say you're not the same, you different now, and it's not in a good way?
Well, in life is about growth. If I stayed the same, I'd still be thinking like a child and acting like a child. I wouldn't have my man mentality. I wouldn't handle situations the way I do now. Instead of when things would upset me, I'd lash out if for the old me, but for the new me, if I'm upset, I can hold my composure. If
Mm.
people can't accept that you are growing and you're trying to become a better version of you, those aren't the people you need to be around anymore.
Mm. Dane, what do you say, sir?
I think that we tend to share the same mindset as our friends initially. And then as we grow and change, those friends start to feel offended by your growth. Um, they're offended that you don't respond to them the same way or do things the way that you used to. So you got to remember that growth is also a mindset. You know what I mean? And as you grow, your mindset changes, and that doesn't happen for everyone at
Mm.
the same time. And sometimes that makes you mean, it makes you inconsiderate. That means you got to put up some boundaries, when it comes to dealing with other people.
Man, okay, so let's talk about boundaries.
Yeah.
Because the interesting thing when it comes to boundaries is I think when you stay firm to what you believe in and what you're not willing to tolerate, and you tell someone, no, well, I don't like that, they automatically look for an explanation as to why don't you like that? Or why no, right? Why? Why? Why do you think that is? Why do you think people want you to tell them why you feel the way that you feel?
So they can get inside your head.
Yeah.
See how you thinking. Why you think that way. What's the motive behind it?
Mm. You think people are
Decent.
really that what's the word that I'm looking for? I don't want to say smart because I don't want to say smart, but calculated. Do you think people are really that calculated though?
Some people are. Some people want to know everything you got going on in your life because they don't have anything going on in theirs. And they want to know all the information that you got, why you acting this way, and where the changes come from.
Mm.
Because they've known you for so long, they know you for being a certain way, but all of a sudden you're acting different now.
Yeah.
I used to think that if I had $1 and my friend didn't have any money, I'm supposed to give my friend 50 cents, right?
Mm.
Mhm.
And, me and my friend both felt that way. This isn't to any particular friend. I'm talking about like a immature mindset, right?
Mm.
And my friends felt the same. If they had $1 and I didn't have any, they would give me 50 cents, right? Now, if you're ever going to have anything, you have to save your money, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
let's say I have $100 that I saved and you don't have any. Do I then need to give you $50?
No.
Or do you need to adapt the mindset of saving money so that you could also have money? And then we're both independent. And now we're both saving our money independent of one another. That way, if you take care of yourself for me and I take care of myself for you,
There you
just
go.
just
Okay, Urban
like that. You
Buddha.
know what I'm saying? But I say all that to say it does come down to mindset. Like you can't expect people to understand you after you've grown.
Hmm.
They aren't consuming the same materials that you are.
Mhm.
But that is very interesting because you have a lot of people who, especially nowadays, have the mindset of, I'm not saving anything because I can't take it with me when I go. So I'm spending every single dime that I got because I know more of it is going to come along.
Mm.
So if you have a saving mindset and they have a spending mindset, then that kind of, as long as both players stay on their side of the fence, you're good. But that's not always the case because at some point, someone who's not saving is going to want what you got, or they're going to want you to feel bad for the fact that you save, right? I think that could possibly be the cause of a lot of tension in friendships as well as in relationships when you have different mindsets. You know, you have some people who are stuck in the same hometown that you guys grew up in. Meanwhile, you've traveled the world, and now it turns into envy, and you think you better than everybody.
Nope. We just happen to save and take them trips. You're the one that want to blow your money every
Right.
weekend, doing the same thing you've been doing since you was a
You
teenager.
know what? Some people are only gonna get an opinion, and like that's all they ever gonna have is a goddamn opinion. I'm trying to tell you.
Exactly. Special 77 says everyone's values on money are different, and people don't want to sacrifice. Some smoke and drink, and then some don't. That is
Yeah.
true.
And look, I think everybody should be free to do whatever they want to do.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, you have to choose like your dosage with people carefully. Like you
Mhm.
can't hang around a broke person all the time, even though they might have a great personality, because you'll end up broke like them. And I always tell people, I can't chill with you every day if I want to be different from you.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I
Mhm.
need the space and freedom and time to be me. You know what I mean? And I can't do that if I'm always with you.
So, what are you trying to say about them then, sir?
Just nothing. I'm just saying that, you know, if a person is conflicting with how you're growing, you gotta grow. You can't be stuck, you know?
Yeah. That's just a question that they would ask. What are you
Yeah.
trying to say? What are you trying to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
about me?
yeah.
Straight defensive. You're
He's-
broke.
That's what I was gonna say.
You're broke.
Yeah, bro.
You got a broke mindset.
Side note: if you're
You don't
going
wanna
out,
hear that, huh?
if you out here spending all your money because you feel that you're not gonna take it with you and more is gonna come, yes, you can always make more money, but there are also rainy days where you need a few dollars in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
If you go for broke every single week and then your car break down, what you gonna do?
Listen.
That's a fact. Hey, and bro, I tell people, look, you can make you could get 100 small price items, or you could get 5 big price items. You know what I'm saying? Like you could travel through life getting a bunch of little things because that's all you want to spend your money on. Or you can save your money and get big things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think traveling outside of or having the ability to travel outside of the country is a flex, or is it just a preference when it comes to how you choose to spend your money?
It's a preference. Some people don't care to leave the country; they rather just go to another state they've never been to. I'd rather go out of the country and see something different and experience some new cultures than just stay in the United States and go to different beaches or different hotspots.
Mm.
You can only go to Florida so many times before you've been to Florida 28 times.
Bruh, I'm over Florida. And I
You know
ain't
what I'm
even
saying?
been to Florida a lot.
Where do people go? What are the travel hot destinations in America? I'm gonna say New York. I'm gonna say Florida, Atlanta with Georgia, California, Texas.
How you gonna name them all? I thought we supposed to be taking turns.
I'm naming them 5, and
You
then
naming
you
all
tell
of
me.
them.
But that's it. Those are the places that people go to. Besides Vegas, Bahamas,
Panama,
Panama, Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico,
Mm-hmm.
Paris, Costa Rica, Brazil. I'm thinking of all the places that got big butts. Let me see what else. Where else? No, like Passport Boys. That's what I was just thinking. Like that's all you see. Like it's just the women. They always show the women. Where else, y'all? Put it in the chat. Where are some other destinations? LA, Mexico.
Yeah. So that's still all on this side of the planet. There's still a whole other side of the planet that people have never been to. I want to go to Africa, Australia, Europe. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to the Middle East. I want to go to the pyramids. I want to see the
love to go
world.
to Alaska.
You know what I'm saying? Alaska.
They got a hotel where you lay on ice in Alaska.
Really?
Like the beds are made out of ice. Yeah, the club. Yeah, it's like an ice dome. Yeah.
But hey, but even with that said, though, I think the goal, at least for me, is like I love traveling outside the country. I love traveling within the country. The goal is to explore, right? Because you know the mountains of Colorado were some of like the most amazing, you know, pieces of scenery I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? The northern part of California, which is underrated, you know what I'm saying, is beautiful with the mountains and the hot springs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like there's places all over the world. And I don't, you know, if someone hasn't made it outside the country, I mean, the United States is big and vast, and Miami might be a great place to start, y'all. Like the tickets only be like $88. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you ain't ever booked a ticket, yo, look, they're like $88. It's a great place to start.
Yeah, you can fly Spirit.
Fly Spirit too, right? Don't even bring a bag, just bring a little
JetBlue.
Yep.
So now let's go back to talking about growth, right? What is the old you look like? What's one thing that you had to overcome in your past where you are now able to use that as a pillar for who you are today?
I'm gonna keep it a stack. Fear of failure. Back in the day, I was afraid to try new things because I was more concerned about how people would view me. I was more concerned about if I spent all my money investing something and it didn't work out. And now, even if things are challenging, I'd rather face the challenge than not face it. Because like the mindset I have now is I can continue to want to achieve my dreams, or I can try to achieve my dreams. Those are the two options, right? And now I think instead of fear being like, how did I say this when I did that motivational speech? When it comes to fear, I don't focus on what if it's not going to work out. I focus on what if it goes better than I could have imagined. We always tend to think of the negative. It's not going to work. No one's going to like it. No one's going to buy it. But what if you do something or you create something and people are like, yo, I really rock with this. This is fire. You should have been came out with this. You know, I try to think of the positive sides of it as opposed to the negative.
Okay.
I like it.
Dame, you want to follow up behind that?
I mean, I'm
gonna just start muting
think for
him.
me, it was ego. I think I had a big ego and a fragile ego, meaning I was very caught up in trying to be who I thought people wanted me to be. I was so caught up in upholding an image of myself that I thought would be widely accepted by people. You know, I was always afraid of criticism. And I always wanted the love of people that didn't love me back. And this isn't like love relationships. This is social circles. This is, you know, people who I thought were like people I should know or hang out with. But not accepting that it has to be a natural connection. You either click with them or you don't, and you click with some really great people already. Like it was you know, I just had to grow from, you know, shrinking my ego a lot. So I think that, like I said in the previous episode, the old version of myself was skinny, bag of bones with a pot belly, swearing I was like the strongest, toughest, toughest man in the whole world. And now I'm older. I go to the gym every day, and the last thing I want to be is tough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sucker free. There's a clear distinction, but the last thing I want to do is be tough. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm chill.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice. I guess before I do my piece, we'll go ahead and take a quick commercial break. And then when we come back, then I'll let you guys know what's one thing from my past that I had to basically overcome and use that as my pillar. So we'll be right back, you guys. Click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and let us know, what about you? What is one thing from your past that you've been able to use to overcome and represent who you are today? We'll be right back. Hey, it's your girl Simply Bree, and yes, I am a content creator. I create materials in order to start healthy conversations in the community, because if we want to start seeing better, then we must start doing better. I also assist with podcast consultations, so reach out to me if you are interested in getting yours started. www.IamSimplyBree.com. That's SIMPLEEBREE. I look forward to helping you get your podcast off the ground and out into the forefront.
Have you lost a job? Been incarcerated? Sustained a life-changing injury? Or just needed help getting your life on track? Hi, I'm James Sweat, life coach, author, motivational speaker. I've overcome all these things, and guess what? So can you. I'm committed to helping you prepare your mind for any challenge and believe you can accomplish anything. God bless. Keep going.
All right, welcome back, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the Don't Judge Me But podcast. One thing for me that I had to use from my past is understanding that nothing and no one is perfect. I will never be perfect. And I think the reason why I had that mindset is because there were just expectations that I made up in my own head of what a wife is supposed to look like, what a mother is supposed to look like, what a woman is supposed to look like. And, I set the bar higher than what I could possibly achieve. And so, of course, always trying to, provide nothing but the best without realizing I can only control myself. I can't control the people around me. I can't, I might try to be perfect on my side, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to receive perfect from anybody else that I'm interacting with. So, and then just being a mother, there is no manual for parenting. And of course, like James said, you don't want to fail. So as a parent, you do not want to fail your child, and you don't want to instill any type of failing characteristics or qualities in them as well. So I had to learn that it's okay not to know everything. It's okay not to get it right on the first time or even the second time. It's all right, because, that's where the learning, that's where the lesson comes into play. And that's where the growth comes in, where it will ultimately make you a better person. And it'll also show those around you that everybody is not going to get it at the same time as you. And that's okay. So that was the lesson that I had to take away from my past and the perfectionist. And sometimes I still fall guilty to it, but that's just human nature, right?
So, question. So would you agree that failure is a part of growth?
It should be a part of growth. Yeah.
Okay. And why do you say, and you say that? Because, well, I'm going to say I say that because I agree that failure is a part of growth, because you're not going to do everything right. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail. You're going to lose some money. You're going to lose some friendships. You're going to change jobs. But all this stuff is helping you grow into who you're supposed to be. If you had it all figured out, you'd be a millionaire kicking back in the Bahamas somewhere.
On your own island.
On your own island. private jet. Go ahead, Dave. I see you.
I was just gonna say you learn every time you fail. Every time
There
you
you
fail,
go.
it gets you a step closer to where you need to be. Matter of
Yep.
fact, a person who has failed a bunch of time, they're way more wiser than a person who hasn't even tried. Like a
Mhm.
person that has failed a bunch of time at one thing can give plenty of advice on what not to do and what has worked for them.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Especially with the what not to do, because who are you going to take advice from? Are you going to take advice from someone who's never experienced it, but they're telling you, don't do this? Or are
Mhm.
you going to take it from the person who has gone there, been there, done that, and they're saying, oh, you don't want those problems?
Mhm.
That's the problem, that's the person that you're going to more than likely select. At
Mhm.
least that's the person I know I would more than likely select. I'm not going to listen to a teacher say, oh, well, if you commit this crime, then you're going to go to jail and you're going to do this. I'm going to listen to the person who just got out of jail. Like, because they can give you a little bit more details from behind the scenes than someone who's never been in those shoes can.
Mhm.
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 So,
And like I always say, man, look, you got to go from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying?
mhm,
So, it's just a part of the game. I think you need that. You like Special say in the comments. Y'all see?
mhm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that, Special.
Mhm. Without failure, no growth.
So is it possible to grow but still lack self-love? Do you always have to love yourself in order to grow?
I think self-love is a part of growth because you got to figure out what self-love is for you, especially while you're like every year you're going to be a different person. You're not going to be the same person you were last year. You're going to have to find new ways to keep yourself entertained, new ways to gain some information, new ways to gain some education. And as you continue to grow, your self-care changes. Like at one point, self-care for me was playing video games and being unbothered. Care for me is going to get a massage and taking a trip out the country. Taking time. It's you got to as you grow, you got to figure out what self-care is for you. And just because you are trying to figure it out doesn't mean you're not growing because you're figuring out the steps necessary for you to love yourself more.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I think
Okay.
that they're mutually exclusive. You have to take care of yourself in order to grow. They go
Mhm,
hand in hand. It's all personal development. It's all physical development. You have to take care of yourself in order to grow. Like
mhm.
if you don't have the energy to chase your dreams, then how are you gonna get your dreams? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So if you don't nurture your mind, if you don't talk nice to yourself, I mean, I don't really see what you'll be able to get done, you
Mhm,
know?
mhm. You see a lot of relationships where you have people that are making changes, not for themselves though, but for their partner. They're gonna be the best them for their partner, basically for their partner's approval. And so that's why I asked that question because I have seen it in the past where, you know, they're gonna stop smoking for their partner. They're gonna stop drinking for their partner because they see how they are when they are intoxicated and how it makes their partner feel. It's not how it makes me feel as an individual and the energy that I'm projecting, but more so what it's doing to others.
Hmm.
So that's why I asked that question because I was kind of curious about that.
Hmm. I have a question for you guys. Do
Yes,
you
sir.
have either a quote or a book or a poem or any specific thing that you can reference that has helped you grow? Remember, this is a book, a quote, a poem, a chat that you've had with someone famous or whatever, or or noteworthy or whatever.
Yeah. Side note on top of this, when I was locked up in 2010, I read a book called Letters to a Young Brother from Hill Harper.
Mhm.
And when I read the book, it gave me a lot of knowledge and insight on a few things that I wish I knew. Because, like, growing up, my father died when I was young. So I kind of had to figure things out on my own. But it was a really great book. That's kind of like what inspired me to start writing my books. Because that's when I started writing, 2010. You
Oh,
want me to
that's
keep
your
going?
response. I
That's my
thought.
response. Oh, you want me to go deep? I'll
Because you
go deep.
said
I'll
side
try.
note. No,
You
no,
started
no,
with
no.
side
You
note.
didn't.
It
Nah.
was the main note, Bree. It wasn't a side note.
You said side note, so I was like, oh, there's more. Oh my God.
Sometimes that side note be the main note.
Right? This dude. Not that I can think of, honestly. I was really sitting here trying to think of some dope ass quotes and stuff in books. And it's just I don't have anything that comes to me. I think that just life itself, life and the feelings that I got from experiences is what has been helping me just to want a better life, want a better lifestyle, want better experiences, not want to hate men because of the poor relationships and the failed dating, just wanting to be a dope person, continue to be a dope person overall, you know. That's what keeps me going. That's I ain't got nothing dope outside of that. I ain't got no quotes.
Yeah,
First
cool.
point, second points, main notes.
I think my favorite quote of all time that kind of
Yeah.
totally there were a lot of paradigm shifts in my life, but the quote from Steve Jobs, the knowing that you are going to die,
Mm,
I don't even want to misquote it, but it's almost knowing that you're going to die should help you like understand that all fear of failure, of judgment, um is misplaced, because like when you're in your deathbed, none of the things that you think you care about right now are going to matter. Brie, are you looking for it?
I am.
Yeah, tell me if you find it. It is, just put Steve Jobs knowing that you're going to die. I think that probably will bring it up.
Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life.
Yeah, continue, please.
That's all they gave me.
Oh, that's the one. Okay, but yeah, that's it though. So for anybody that's looking for it,
your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Yeah, you summed it up, sir.
I have a real side note. When it comes to life, right? People always say life is short. I don't ever say life is short, fam. I'm 37. I've seen 37 years. I've lived every single day up to this point. Life is long, fam. Very long.
Your days up.
You know what I'm saying? And then the decisions that we make either shorten our lifespan or it can elongate it. It all depends on the things that we do. If you're smoking and drinking, using drugs, being promiscuous, or doing just a whole bunch of stuff like that, you can shorten your lifespan. But if you're working out, you're reading, you're eating nutritional meals, and you're doing things to better you, you make your life longer. But all this stuff just breaks down to a decision of what do you want, a short life or a long one.
Bro.
What you got?
I've been seeing lately a lot of people dying who have lived healthy lifestyles, have never smoked a day in their life, have never drank, and just. And yet the people who have lived longer periods of time have been those who are the smokers, like chain smoking, and the drinkers, like they don't know what water is. So I think it's a mixture of both, but I think it's more so how do you allow whatever you're doing to affect your life directly. You know?
Yeah, I think that two people might reach the same age, but they won't live the same quality of life.
Right.
There we go.
That's
there
one.
We go.
And I think the other thing is all things in moderation. I mean, You know, there's a difference between a person that goes out and has an occasional drink and an alcoholic. Um, and you know, one person might lose their liver, but one is just gonna live a happy life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just think that it's important that we fill up our days with the things that are important to us. Don't waste
Yeah.
any of them. Like James said, life is
Yeah.
not short. It's
Yeah.
actually long, but you
Right.
have to put stuff on your schedule. You have
Yes.
to take yourself places, do stuff you haven't done, be creative, start a new project. Like that's up to you. You got to do it. You know what I'm saying? The days are long. Like
Yeah.
we, you know, as humans, we get between like 60 and 110. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Yeah.
you make it to 110, you want to make sure you have lived a full life.
That
I don't
sounds
want to
like
leave anything on the table
speed limits
personally.
right there.
Huh?
Yeah. Think of life as a speed limit, right?
Mhm.
60, 65 to 110.
Mhm.
I do want to put up some of these quotes. So Special 77 says his favorite quote was "Run, Forrest, run."
I like
I'm
it.
gonna need you to tell us more about it's
I
so
like
funny.
it.
Laura says, I can be changed by what happened to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it, by Maya Angelou. Yes. And then Special says, Superman died of lung cancer, but he didn't smoke. See? Yeah.
Yeah. You can't
DJ
predict it.
Right. DJ says, I met this amazing author, Mr. James Sweat, and after reading his books and seeing him speaking in person, hands down, has changed and continues to encourage me to grow. Ah,
Shout out to
kudos to
DJ.
you, sir.
Shout out
Mr.
to you.
Mental Ambition.
Mhm.
Shout out
Love
to
it.
you. I'm out here trying to help inspire people.
Yes.
I guess
one
I'm doing
person at a
something
time.
right.
Listen. Yeah, you're doing a lot of great things. So
Mhm. For
um
sure.
what does growth look like? Like, so let me ask you guys this before I even go down, right? Because I had made notes earlier. When it comes to us growing, do we always gotta let people go? Or can
Mm.
we just deal with them in doses?
Once you
Smaller
start,
doses.
go ahead, Dan. You got it.
No, I was just gonna say the way I do it is I reduce my dosage on people. You know, even a person that's bad, you know, hanging out with somebody might prevent you from reaching your goals, but they might be perfectly good people. But you know, again, our days are all we have, so we have to be careful how we spend them.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we got to just be goal oriented, and that really doesn't involve wasting time with people who doesn't align
Mm.
with our goals.
Mm. I agree with you. But I also say that as time goes on and you grow, your friends change too. You find new people who like the same types of activities you do, the same hobbies, or like question for you is how many people are you still friends with that you've been friends for like over 10 or 20 years?
Most of
Most of them? What about you, Bree?
I'm gonna say less than 10.
I'm gonna say probably less than 5,
Yeah. And not including family.
not including family, like 5.
They
But as
kind
time,
of there.
but as time goes on, you know, you change, you grow, you lose contact, you don't do the same hobbies anymore. You know, that's what growth is.
Yeah.
Finding new people to have new connections with.
Yeah.
and
Okay,
keep in
DJ.
mind, I don't get to hang out with them all the time. Like, you know, I even though I still consider them friends, like we are adults and have grown our separate ways, you know.
Mm.
And at the end of the day, they are doing them and I'm doing me, you know.
Right. Side note, as Shane says. Um Shout outs. Let me full screen. Shout out to all the friends out there who respect when you want time to yourself and don't trip when you go missing for a couple of days or a couple of weeks.
Mhm.
They don't hit you with the hey stranger. They respect that small window of time that you just need to yourself to get things together with your life. shout outs to y'all, because those type of friends are the ones that a lot of your strong friends need. We don't need the ones that feel like, oh, you abandon them and oh, you don't care. No, watch the pattern. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
And don't be so easily offended. Like, sometimes everything ain't about us. Sometimes our friends just need time for themselves.
Mhm.
And I don't like all this adult codependency stuff I be seeing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Put your hand in my pocket and walk with me. Like,
Yeah,
who?
go find something to do.
Go read a book. Go
Go
read
read a
Mental
book.
Ambition.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna read this quote or this statement, and then I'm gonna go back to what DJ had. Forrest Gump didn't let anyone stop by having the right people in his corner. He gives hope to children or adults with special needs. If Forrest could do it, what's your excuse?
And special. Remember when Forrest was running and he had everybody running with him? And then he just stopped and just changed his mind and just stopped running. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was doing it his way. And he, he built successful companies.
That's
He was an
it.
army, a decorated war hero.
He was a
He
millionaire.
got his bay back.
He had 13 Gen A's.
Gen I.
Yeah, 13 boats. He can have a woman, so he named it
I
boat.
love that movie.
That was a really good movie. Him and
Yeah.
what's his name? Bubba.
Bubba Shrimp.
I like Lieutenant Dan. That was my favorite guy.
Oh my god, gotta find Lieutenant Dan. Listen, if y'all have not seen Forrest
Jumped up
Gump,
and
I
bit
don't know what
me,
rock
huh?
you were under. What you say?
Nothing.
All right. DJ says, I feel once you grow, they will remove themselves because they may feel that you're no longer compatible.
That's a fact.
Or they'll try to make you feel guilty about growing.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen one way or the other. The question is going to be, though, who are you growing for? Are you growing for yourself or are you growing for those around you? That's the key point right there. Because if you're growing for yourself, then listen, wherever the chips fall, they fall. That's it. If people grow not to like you, oh well, there's going to be so many more people out there who are going to love you. Not like, they're going to love you. They're going to want to be around you because of the energy that you just project out there. So losing someone who just doesn't get your process, that's my attitude. Like, oh well, like, you either with me or you're not. Sorry. What they say, some people are here for a reason or a season.
Or a lifetime.
That or
you see,
lesson.
the best thing that you can give somebody is the gift of your own personal development.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the person that you're shaping yourself into, that we're shaping ourselves into right now, like, that helps us, become a gift to someone. And James, you know most as a life coach, like, bro, like, you are gifting people your emotional growth. You know what I'm saying? It's because you took the time to develop and become who you are that you're able to help them. You know what I'm saying? So, we don't do it just for ourselves. We also do it for our families, and we also do it for everyone that we come in contact with. Like, even us doing this podcast is our gift to other people, just kind of sharing what we have gone through and, what our experience has taught us,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And believe me, we've definitely failed along the way, but we ain't let it stop us.
Where we fail at?
Hey, we made mistakes.
Oh, I thought you meant as the podcast.
Not a podcast. I'm just saying, making mistakes along in our life journey. We've made mistakes and failed at things we have tried, but we didn't let it stop us.
Yeah.
I'll be more clear. Main note.
Oh, that's the main note. Yes. Okay, so can we take the last couple of minutes and let's discuss this hashtag Big Spoon. What was it? OG Big Spoon?
OG Big Spoon. Yeah. What's up?
You said it extra aggressive.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say hi.
Okay.
I was intimidated.
Right.
It ain't many of us out. I heard there's fewer big spoons out there. So choose wisely. You might end up with a little spoon.
If y'all don't know what we're talking about, go back, look at the last episode where we were talking about spooning. And I said I felt like Dane gave me versatile spooning energy. Like I felt like he could be the little spoon at times and he could be the big spoon at times. And he was just like, nah, I'm straight big spoon all
OG.
the time. Like
OG,
ain't no
man.
little spoon here.
Ah,
Oh,
we got the hold on. We got the last couple minutes. I want to add this in here, and then we can close out if you'd like, or we can keep going. It's up to y'all.
Yo,
But-
say it with your big spoon energy, bro.
all right, check it out, yo. Here we go, fam. I got a question. What's the challenge of growth, or what are some challenges when it comes to growing as a person?
growing as a person, I think one of the challenges is going to be expecting discomfort. You're
Mm.
going to be very uncomfortable. You're going to want to go back to what you know because the unknown is just like it automatically plants that idea of what if I fail? Before you even got out the door, you are already thinking about failing. So understanding that if you want to grow, you're going to have to get uncomfortable. You're going to have to meet some people that you don't know anything about. You're going to have to go to some events that are far out of your league. And you're going to have to talk in front of people who are going to be glued on you like this because they want to know, what do you bring? What do you bring to the table?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things I feel like you're going to be challenged with when it comes to growth.
Mm-hmm. What you got, man?
I think that one of the challenges will be adding a new discipline. You have to add a new discipline into your life, whether that is going for a walk, whether that is reading a book, whether that is committing to going for an exercise. If you add one new discipline in your life, it'll change everything else about your life, right? If you commit to reading a book every week or every month, that means that you have less time to waste drinking alcohol, or you have less time to do other destructive things. So I think one of the most challenging thing is, even when it comes to money, is installing that new discipline. That's the challenge.
All right. Challenge for growth. I'm going to say patience. As we're growing, trying to become better versions of ourselves, we're starting businesses, we're motivational speaking, we're doing online drop shipping, we're doing whatever we're trying to do to grow. We got to realize that it takes time. And no one can give you a set guideline on how long it's going to take for you to achieve your goals. You can start something in a month, you don't blew up. It could take 10 years, but on that 10 year in one day, that's when you finally blow. But in that time, it takes patience. Be patient with yourself and knowing that you're doing this for a reason. You're taking risk and you're making changes because you want to be better or you want to build something. Without that patience and consistency, you never achieve what you want. Because you can say, I'm going to start a business today, and if no one buy nothing in the same day, you're like, I quit, I give up, I'm done. But you only did it for a day.
Right.
You want to be a famous rapper and you want to sell millions of records and you want to get on these awards, but you only been rapping for 3 months. You know, it's patience, and you got to put the work in. Stay focused and stay consistent, man.
Yeah.
Patience is key.
Can I add to that as an example of someone who never gave up despite all of the negative feedback that he got, all of the name calling and just slandering of his character. That man continued to sing, even though he sounded the way he sounded. And I'm talking about JJ Fish. JJ Fish never gave up. He continued to sing. And I heard he even got a little bit better. I think he's doing gospel music now. But yeah, he never gave up, right? This was what he wanted to do. He wanted to sing. He wanted to dance. So you see him in the videos doing dancing, right? Singing. So if JJ Fish can do it, then anybody can do it. You can do it too. You just gotta be diligent and determined about it. So
I want to add something else. Also on this challenge for growth is comparing yourself to other people. Watching how other people are getting to this bag, or they're making moves out and they're posting it on social media, it can make you feel like you're doing nothing. But you can't compare your life to theirs. They had some challenges. They didn't let it stop them, and they kept moving forward. They continued to grow, and now you're seeing the fruit of their labor. But when you start, don't focus on what anyone else is doing. Stay in your lane. Your time's coming. Just don't give up.
It's a fact. I agree.
Dang, like, that's
I'm with you on that. Hey, no. But you know, when it comes to social media, you just have to remember that everyone has their own strengths. You know what I'm saying? Everybody brings something different into the world, and so do you. You know what I mean? Like, I can never be James, and I can never be Bree, but I can always be me when I show up. You know what I mean? And I can admire some of the attributes that James has and that Bree has, but that doesn't take away from my own special awesomeness. You know what I'm saying? And I can see, someone else's abilities and awesomeness and not feel disrespected. If anything, I'll be inspired by it, but I don't allow that to diminish, how I feel about myself.
Yeah.
Talk that talk, Dan.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I'm
Mr.
saying?
Urban
I'd be
Buddha
like, you
himself.
dope. What's that? Give you your props, but that's where it stops. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
I ain't never heard that one.
Somebody too.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. So, seeing how we got your site up here, let's go ahead and start with you, Dame. Let the people know.
It's your boy Dame Irv, aka Reppin' CT, aka Urban Buddha. You can find me at Repping CT on all platforms. TikTok is back. Is back. We are all going back over to TikTok. If you deleted it, go back and get it, because we got new TikTok content coming. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I'm on all the socials at Reppin' CT. You can also go to urbanbuddha.bigcartel to go get yourself some swag. This particular swag is for the peaceful people that don't take no shit. If you don't know what I mean, you just got to go to the site and check it out. If you like it, get yourself something. If you don't, I understand, but I would at least like you to go check it out. I appreciate you guys joining us. I hope you enjoyed the discussion, and big shout out to the chat. Shout out to DJ. I see you. That was the commercial.
See, DJ know better. DJ said, "You're not about to pull that wool over my eyes. I don't hear nothing about no growth. Grow commercial." All right.
It's your boy, James, owner of Mental Ambition, author of Mental Ambition, A Guide to Upgrading Your Life, and Mental Ambition, A Guide to a Better Relationship. Available at Amazon, Walmart, BarnesandNoble.com. You see the social media, TikTok right there at mental_ambition 2.0. IG is at mental_ambition 3.0. Facebook, put in Mental Ambition, join the Facebook group. I'm a life coach, recovery coach professional, podcaster, motivational speaker, and author. I do a lot of amazing things. If you want to get in touch with me for any of the services that I offer, hit the website, 3ws.mental-ambition.com. I got merch. Grab a hoodie, grab a mask, grab a magnet, grab something. Support your boy. I'm going to keep supporting you by giving you all this free life coaching advice that I have. Prepare your mind for any challenge and believe you can accomplish anything. Keep going.
All right. Dame, There was a message for you. DJ called you a slacker.
I know.
Just thought I'd let you know. What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Simply Bree. You can follow me across social media at Simply Bree, and it's SimpleeBree. Just do a Google search and you'll find all of my handles. You can also check me out. I have a website, IamSimplyBree.com, where you can book me for podcasts. You can book me for graphic designing. I make beats, I do websites, I do editing as far as like your biography or your resume. So definitely get at me. I am just here. I am just here to put out content, be my genuine, organic self, and yeah, just see what it does. Stay tuned, of course, to the network, HeSaidWhatNetwork.com. And let us know what you want us to talk about, or what do you want to see. We have merch up there as well. Got to update the merch. But HeSaidWhatNetwork.com. And then, of course, with our videos, like, comment, and share them with your friends, people who you feel could use the message. And, you know, just drop in the comments. As James mentioned, or as Dame mentioned, we are back on TikTok, so you can check us out. Don't Judge Me But Podcast on TikTok, as well as He Said What Network. Get interactive up there because people are having conversations. They are definitely talking to talk up there, so you don't want to miss out. With that being said, we are going to bid you all a great farewell until next week. I hope you have a good evening wherever you are, and take care of yourselves as we will take care of ourselves for you. In the words of Urban Buddha, Dame himself. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Very important to make sure that the person you're with knows what you need, because if you're not getting your needs met, what are we really holding on to with this leash?
You're gonna be judged, whether you agree to it or not. People are always going to have something to say because it's not what they like.
If you want to be solo, just y'all two, like most of us want, you kick it that way.